Hello, everybody. Come on in so we can get started on this good old review of Married to Medicine. And make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not already a subscriber. And also make sure you share the video. Share the love. Thank you very much, please, and thank you. Excuse me. And also make sure you check out the comments in the chat section. The first comment directs you to my other business page, my Tanya's Delights Slice by Slice business page. And also over there, if you sign up or if you like that page and subscribe to this channel, you're eligible every month on the first of the month to win a free cake made by me. I am a professional custom cake decorator. And also, the second comment is the link to our Facebook group, which is Tanya's Primetime TV / Media Reviews. So make sure you go over there too. Excuse me, I got tickled. Make sure you go over there too and check that out. Request to join the group and I can add you to the group. Over there we talk about different shows, different celebrities, celebrity news, trending news, you know, all that. And so make sure you go over there and check that out and request to join so I can add you to the group. And this episode that we're going to review today, it was season 6, episode 6, Married to Medicine, and it was called A Room Without a View. Now, last episode, we had saw towards the end how Dr. Contessa, she had got a phone call from her doctor because, you know, she's having a mastectomy. Her mom had passed from breast cancer. So she doesn't want her children to go through the same thing that she went through. And she figures the best, you know, resort is to go, you know, get her breast removed and have a mastectomy. But when her doctor called her, like right after their consultation, she was like, you know what? An appointment, you know, got canceled. We got room. You can come in first thing in the morning. And she was like, at first, you know, like hesitant, you know, she didn't expect for the doctor to be like, you can come, you know, right away. So she was, you know, nervous at first and hesitant, but then she was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it over with. This is what I want to do. So they begin the show this time, you know, on that phone call. She's just finishing up the call. She lets her husband know. And of course he has her back. He at first also, you know, seemed like he was kind of like, you know, on the fence about should she do it or not, you know, especially since the doctor had told her you can remove your breast, but it's not 100% that you won't get breast cancer. Because even with most of your breasts removed, like, okay, even men, you know, they can get breast cancer and they don't necessarily have to have, you know, big man boobs or whatever you want to call them, you know. But she's going to get ready for the surgery and she's making her plans to have the kids taken care of. And Toya and Eugene, now you know that they, for a long time, was in debt with the IRS. They owed a lot of money. I can't even remember how much it was, but you remember he had to work like 2-3 jobs, and he finally got out of debt, paid off the IRS. So now they're looking for a new house because they had lost their first one. They're back at the house, and Toya, she's super excited because they finally get a chance to own their own property again. And I'm like, it seemed like they were just there like the day before, but the next day they came back and it looks like they have champagne. Like they're celebrating the house, but it's been only like a day since the last time they were there. But you know what? I'm not going to hate on her excitement or try to get her to contain it, because that house is going to be gorgeous. It's going to have a 2-story walk-in closet for her. two shower head. No, the shower is gonna have two shower heads. The massage shower heads, you know what I'm saying? It's also gonna have a huge garden tub. You know, it's gonna be beautiful. So what girl wouldn't want that in their dream house? So anywho, congratulations to them. And then when they were out there, you know, looking at the house, walking around, the garage going here, kids' room here, you know, just visioning everything that they're going to do with the house, they get on the topic of Contessa and Dr. Scott. Now, you know, Toya and Contessa have fell out um, for a reason I think still was very stupid. Toya I thought was being really childish and immature and had went off on Contessa when she was with her sick father. Went off on her because she couldn't make it to her party. I think she owes her a big apology. She still hasn't done that yet. But in the meantime, Toya has told all the ladies about the new house. Girl, we done found a new house. It's going to look like this, that, and the third. You know, we're going to move in with such and such time. And, you know, just, you know, how you tell all your friends about your good news and everything. But she told everybody but Contessa. So that lets me know right there that she is still really, really in her feelings. But Eugene is like, Toya, you know what? Please don't let what you and her got going on interfere with my relationship with Dr. Scott. He is cool with Dr. Scott and with the rest of the husbands. So while women, you know, when they have their issues, when they are like couple friends, the ladies are friends, the husbands are friends, and when they fall out because of some catty stuff, you know, and get into it with each other, they fail to realize that the men that they are married to, if they are true friends, they are not going to let what they got going on interfere with their relationship. They still going to kick it. They're going to go out. They're going to go golfing. They're going to have, you know, pool night, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because men don't usually be on that petty stuff. Keyword usually. And then a little further down south, and we got Heavenly, Jackie, Simone, and they're all having what appears to be lunch or brunch. Could have been even breakfast. But since it was a very bright sunny day, I'm going to go with lunch. Toya called to see how things were going on. She's up there talking to Simone, and Simone's like, hey, you know, small talk and whatnot. And Jackie grabs the phone. And I'm thinking she's going to be like, hey, so, you know, how you doing, Toya? What's up? She grabs the phone from Simone. And she's like, hey, Toya, how you doing? Sorry, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Okay, I can't hear you. I'm losing you. Goodbye. And she hangs up the phone. And Simone was like, why you do that? Why you hang up on her? Jackie ain't having it. She was like, we're not going to let anything ruin this good energy, these good vibes that we got going on right now. So she done hung up on Toya like, goodbye, sis, goodbye. And then like she said, the ladies are all kind of, you know, really divided right now. First it was Quad versus the rest of the ladies. And then she's slowly coming around. You know, she's slowly coming around. And then right now it's Toya versus Contessa. So I'm just like, Lord, please, can we all just get along? I don't know if they'll ever all be on one accord again anytime soon. But right now, Heavenly, she's getting ready to take her spiritual journey. And it's so ironic. Heavenly's name is Heavenly. She doesn't act act like anything heavenly, and she's on a spiritual journey. So we're going to see how this goes. But first I want to know, Simone, are you really that bad of a driver? Did you see how she was driving on their way to Havana, to Little Havana? She was up there, and Heavenly was holding on to the door for dear life. Jackie in the back holding on to her hat and her wig. Simone was hitting them corners, child. She was hitting them corners. And all you heard was burnt rubber. And Heavenly's like, please, Simone, please, could you be careful? And I'm like, ladies, y'all better hold on to your hats, your scarves, and your wigs, because Simone was whipping that drop top. But anyway, when they finally did get to Havana, you know, the ladies are having a wonderful time. They're dancing. You know, they got musicians on the sidewalk, on the street, you know, playing guitar and, you know, drums and everything. So they're having a good time out there dancing and whatnot. And then they decide to stop in at a cigar shop. Simone and Heavenly, they both, take advantage of the scenery. They like, okay, here's a cool, little cigar shop. They actually even picked up cigars, bought a few for their husbands, and they're going around smoking the cigars, and other people's in there smoking the cigars. So there's smoke everywhere. And Jackie is like, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this. Jackie is a health nut. She don't smoke. I don't even really think she drinks that much, and she eats like really healthy. So she's like, hold up, wait a minute, my lungs, my life. Like she's gonna catch cancer in the doggone cigar shop. And I'm just like, listen, Dr. Jackie, a little medical advice from me. Just do what Bill Clinton did. Do not inhale. Just do not inhale. Allegedly, he did not inhale. So just, do what he did. But anyway, back in Atlanta, Quad, she meets up with some good friends of hers. Her and her husband, Dr. Gregory, they have like, I want to say about maybe eight friends, like couples, maybe 3 or 4 couples that they routinely get with, especially when one of the couples is having issues, and they get together and they all give each other advice and listen to everybody's problems, just kind of like keep everybody on a good track, help everybody with their relationship, And so she meets up with Mark and his wife Abigail to get a little advice about her and Dr. Gregory. And before they get there, she done pre-order some shots. She's like, wait, we need shots. We need a whole round of shots because she knows it's about to get really, really deep up in there. And when they get there, they're asking her, what's going on? How are things going? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this. It seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And the house is real crazy right now. They're arguing all the time. They're fighting all the time. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought Quad had already left the house. Like, it was all over social media, right? How she had took all the furniture. I guess they had some kind of agreement where she wouldn't take anything out the house or something. But then she turned around and she was like, well, what it really said was she can't take anything out over state lines. I don't know how it went, but I thought they were in 2 separate houses. And then he's trying to throw all the blame on her for his infidelities. And like I said on my last episode, my last review of the last episode, when men cheat, they give you every excuse in the book why they cheated. Or, they try to rationalize, why they cheated, and they expect to be forgiven immediately. But if you do not forgive them immediately, what they do, they turn around and they start trying to pass the blame on you all the time. It never fails. It never fails. So that's what he's doing right now. He was, not happy with the relationship. They weren't really on good terms with each other. I think mainly it had to do with Quad still not, trying to have a baby for him because he's been wanting a baby for a long time. But regardless, instead of separating or divorcing her, he goes out and finds some woman, takes her to the hotel, swears they didn't have no sex. They didn't have no sex. He took her to the hotel. I guess they slept, separate beds, woke up the next morning and left. Allegedly. But anyway, I think Abigail, when she started giving her some feedback, some advice, I think what she said was good. She suggested that maybe you guys do need to separate. Maybe you guys do need to spend some time apart, because sometimes when you're separated, sometimes it makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes. But if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's how I see it. But then again, like I said, I'm confused because I thought they were already separated and in separate households. But maybe after the entire after the entire season was wrapped up and they were done, recording and everything, maybe that's when she left. So I guess that would make sense. But anyway, now, what I got to say as far as Quad and Dr. Gregory, I feel like, just my own opinion, I feel like if she does forgive him, they should not get together unless she gives him some kind of time frame on when she be willing to have a baby. Because they've been married for a while, and every time he brings it up, every year or whatnot, she don't want no baby. I'm not ready to have no baby. I got my business. I got my business hand too. I gotta wait till my business reach this peak. And then it's something else. So I think if they don't figure that out, they ain't gonna last. Even if they get back together, they ain't gonna last because he really wants a baby. And also, Mariah and Aiden. Now they're out to dinner with their daughter. I cannot remember their daughter's name, but she's a pretty little girl. And she actually just became a teenager. And they're out with her having a discussion about the birds and the bees. And if you are a parent with older children, I'm sure you know that is not a fun topic to bring up with your children. And most of the time, kids are like, Mom, Dad, do we really got to discuss this? Like, we know everything there is to know. And we're like, and just how did you find out everything you need to know? But usually it's because, they have like those sex ed classes in school or whatnot. But anyway, their daughter, she was actually excited about the subject. She was sitting there like, oh, I'm so happy Mommy's here because now we can talk about the birds and the bees. And I'm like, really? She seemed a little bit too excited to me. But anywho, Aiden, he's telling her, how in his culture, their families back then, the way it went. You go to school, you finish high school, you go to college, you finish college, you get a career, and you get your career up and going. Then you get married, then you have children. And of course, that's probably how any parent would want it to go, for their daughter and their sons too. But Aiden, when he brought up the fact that he has like, I think he said 5 sisters and brothers, and all but 2 had arranged marriages. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me that there was a big chance that he could possibly never had met Mariah? This had to be predestined. Their relationship had to be predestined because that is crazy. Like, Mariah could not even be on the show, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Because, the rest of his family members, his siblings, their marriage was arranged. And usually, when you're from those type of cultures, you're not mixing races when you hand your children over, or he's a man, so somebody would have brought him his wife. And most likely, they would have been from the same race. But anywho, back over at Contessa's house, she's trying to get her mind set, get her mind ready for this procedure. And like anybody else, she's nervous, she's scared. And when she started trying to get her children prepared to leave the house, my heart kind of went out to her because she doesn't want her children to worry. They have school. They have, other things going on, maybe sports, maybe other extracurricular activities that they need to be focused on instead of worrying about mommy and what mommy got to do with surgery and cancer. I mean, they too young for that. So they don't have any idea what cancer is and couldn't even understand it if you try to explain it to them, in the simplest terms possible. So she basically tried to hide her fear, hide her concern, She did her best. Got the kids out the house, told them to make sure, you do what auntie say. Be real good, help her around the house. And, she was ready to go along with her surgery. So I hope everything went okay with her surgery, and I hope the best for her and that she made the right decision because, again, I got this hair in my face. Again, having a parent go through surgery is really hard, but then when it comes to breast cancer, some doctors, I guess they do recommend that you might want to have a mastectomy, but the doctor again told her, just because you have a mastectomy and have your breast removed does not 100% prevent you from cancer. It might reduce your breast cancer, but I mean, there's like how many other cancers out there? So I hope she made the right decision, and good luck to her. Now back in Miami, Heavenly, she's reached out to the owner of the house that her and her parents used to own, because she wants to, she's down there for a little healing retreat, a spiritual journey. And she wants to, take a trip to her old house, her old stomping grounds, and show the ladies where she grew up. And he was like, okay, that's cool. And I'm like, that in itself is a blessing, because for one, he does not know Heavenly from Adam. And even if he does follow the show, if he really follows the show, he knows that she has a touch of a cray cray. Most of the time, she has a touch. I said before, I think she's bipolar. I swear, she's a doctor. She's a dentist, though. But anyway, she's a doctor, so I'm sure she knows a lot of things. But I think she needs to get that checked out, because I really do think she's bipolar. But anyway, on the drive over there, she was reminiscing about, how her mom had always told her that she was going to be a doctor. She didn't say what kind of doctor, but she said, you and your sister are going to be doctors. So that was one of the reasons why she always stayed in the books. And she was kind of like a nerd. She didn't go out the house too much. She was a sheltered child. And she said, they had drug dealers in their neighborhood. So that was one of the reasons why she didn't venture out too much. But like Jackie said, it makes more sense now, because Heavenly has a hard time when she's having conflicts, arguments, or issues with people. She has a hard time being mature about the situation. She lashes out. She oftentimes calls ladies bitches, she oftentimes, yo mama, like, how old are you? And you still talking about your mama? That's temper tantrum stuff that should be left to like people around her own child's age. You know what I'm saying? That playground stuff, yo mama. I don't remember the last time I heard a grown up besides Heavenly say yo mama. So, you see what I'm getting at. But anyway, she also had a dad who was in the military, and he was gone a lot. But when he finally did come home, he ran the house with an iron fist. It was like a boot camp. So when you mix those two situations, a sheltered child isn't really used to being out. I mean, she went to school. Of course, she went to school. But still, when you don't spend that much time outside of school with real friends, you really don't know how to work out situations in a mature way. So I kind of see where this all went wrong. But it's finally time for Contessa's surgery. And although I still don't know if I personally would have made that decision as far as the procedure, but I have to give it to her because she's really, really been strong about this. She's handling it really well under the circumstances. Her mother passed from cancer. Her father is sick right now, and he has a serious cancer as well, and he's been sick for a long time. So you got to be really strong to be going through the procedure that she's going through with all that's happened to her. So, again, good luck to her. Having your breast removed, we as women, I mean, there's two things that mainly make us women. Besides our womb, our ovaries, us being able to bear children, our breast is like what really makes us woman. You know what I mean? What really makes us women. So again, she got to be really strong to go through that. So, good luck with her. I pray that all is well with her, her family, and her father as well. Then, back at Heavenly's house, back in Miami, she's walking through the house, telling the girls, Simone and Dr. Jackie, this is where this was, and this is where we did this, and this used to be this, and this. When she gets to her room, and she was like, and this used to be my room. And when you look at the room, it's like, okay, some remodeling was done. Half of her room is now half of the kitchen. And when you look, you automatically realize if her room was here, there was no windows. And she expresses that. I had no windows. So you were a sheltered child. You didn't really go outside the house. Your father ruled the house with an iron fist. And you in a room most of the time with no windows. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. But what that helps me understand is how she really, she really, really felt that she needed to succeed. And she said that before. She studied hard. She went to college. She got her degree. She opened up her own medical practice. She really needed to succeed to get away from that. I guess it was like something was holding her back, and she felt like if she didn't succeed, she would always feel like she would be sheltered. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but I get exactly what she's talking about. So that's why she made it big. Got a big, humongous house. Y'all see her house, humongous. She mentions how in the back of her house it ain't nothing but windows because she didn't have any windows in her bedroom. So again, I feel her. I feel her. She got her big house in the whole nine. So go ahead, Heavenly. But anyway, when she finally gets to the room that her father died in, you can literally feel the pain that still lingers, inside of her, from that loss. And as a matter of fact, she had pushed the moment to the recess of her mind. Like the moment she found out that he was dying, she was away in college, and she had told her mom basically she needed some time to process it. And her mom got mad at her over the phone, and she was like, well, if you don't want to come home, you don't have to come home. You can stay right where you was. And Heavenly was like, you know what? I wasn't trying to tell my mom that I wasn't coming. It just hit her like a ton of bricks because although she said they weren't close, it's still her father. You only get one father. You only get one mother. So that was really sad. That was a really sad moment. But all those memories start flooding her mind and coming back to her, and she immediately, get me out here, get me out of here. She had Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone. They took her out. They took her out to the car, and she was just saying, you know what? After he passed, and after being in that home all them years, and not really, I think, feeling like she can be free. Once she graduated college, she never went back. Never went back. Until now. Until now. And she told them she don't never have to come back again. She done went back. She done sat in the house, went through her old stumping grounds. She don't ever need to come back. But before she does leave Miami, she invites some of her old friends to meet her new friends. And it's crazy how at times I'll be like, Dr. Heavenly, when she goes off, when she goes into her rants, her temper tantrums, I'll be like, is it really that serious? Are you really acting like that? Did you really say your mama is a bit? Did you really? And I'll be like, she's dragging it. She's dragging it. This cannot be how she acts on a normal basis. This just gotta be TV. But then to hear her old friends validate how her mouth used to be in high school, how her behavior used to be in high school. And what I thought was funny was those chains. Those chains she had around her neck, that did not even look like Heavenly, looked like something. She had all them big old chains. You know how back in the day, the rappers and, the pimps and, the gangsters, they all had all them ropes around their neck. I was like, oh my God. I would have never believed it if I hadn't seen that picture. But anyway, how she acted back in the day, that was cool. I can accept that. That's high school. But now she is a grown woman, a successful woman, a intelligent woman, a beautiful woman. She is a wife, a mother. You can't keep acting like that. So I really hope that taking this trip down back to her stomping grounds, this spiritual journey, I really, really hope that she finds a way to resolve conflicts and issues issues in a more positive way. And then, I hope that she can also deal with her pain and deal with trauma, in a more positive way as well. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. It kind of was like a roller coaster, this episode. It was like, okay, positive moments, Toya and her hubby, they buying a new house. And then Contessa and her parents having cancer and her going through this breast removal, And then we got Mariah and her husband, having fun with their daughter and, dealing with the birds and the bees and all that. And then we have Dr. Heavenly. So it's kind of like a roller coaster episode for me. My feelings were all over the place about this episode, but nonetheless, I thought it was a great episode. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about it, or what you think about any of the characters, about Heavenly's spiritual, her spiritual journey. If you think it really might help her, I hope so. But to tell you the truth, I think she'll probably still need to keep seeing her therapist for a while. But anyway, make sure if you did not like the video on the way in, make sure you like it on the way out. If you are not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and also share, and hit me up in the comments. When people are watching, I can't tell who's watching, so I can't be like, hey, say your names or anything, So hit me up in the chat, let me know how you feel about the episode. And don't forget the links in the comment section. Our group, Tanya's Primetime TV/Media News, is on Facebook. Make sure you go over there. Go over there right after this live. Click to join the group and I'll add you. And also the other link is to my professional cake decorating page. Go over there. Check out some of my work. And if you're in the Omaha area, you'll find out over there how you can enter to win a free cake every month on the first of the month. So in the meantime and in between time, Primetime Squad, make sure you stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out.